Hey everybody, and welcome to the next episode of Smashified. I am Omni, and I am joined by Chris.
Hey.
Andrew.
Hey.
And RetroSpecter.
Hiya.
And you are looking at the beginnings of the next character for episode 10, which is actually supposed to be episode 9. And shenanigans, stuff happens, life, freelance work, money.
Here we are.
So here we are with the next character. It is Isaac from Golden Sun, which is a character that a lot of people were anticipating, I think. There was a lot of not so subtle hints on Twitter, and I think at this point most people were kind of expecting it, but that's okay. There's a lot of hype surrounding this character, so it's definitely something that we wanted to do, and I'm definitely glad that we're done with it now because it's been a heck of a ride.
I guess you could say he gets his time in the sun.
Exactly.
The Golden Sun.
But this is actually something that Andrew started on his own before even joining the team. So when he sent an email to us as an application to join the team, he actually sent us some working files for this and work in progress time lapse, and that's what got us to add him to the team. It convinced us that he was up to snuff. So I'm glad he's on the team now, and this is something that actually has taken quite a bit longer than any of the other ones since it's the first one that's in full 3D, so there's no significant overpainting on the final render or anything like that. It's all done in 3D in Blender, so you guys were pretty much the only ones that worked on this one. I just provided some creative direction and input and feedback, so you guys are going to talk about the process because I have no idea what's going on other than, 3D polygons. What else is 3D stuff? I don't know what other words to use, so I'll let you guys handle that.
So, Andrew?
Well, starting off though, this is the assist trophy model from Brawl that they're actually building this on top of, so this is the only 3D model that's actually been made of Isaac at all, so this is interesting for us to kind of take on the task of updating his 3D model to make it modern and stuff like that. So
yeah, but those are my favorite Smashifieds though, the ones that have not had any art done for them.
Yeah, the ones that are old. Yeah, it's kind of fun because you can do a lot more interpretation than you could with ones that are kind of already modernized. At that point you're just doing another drawing of a character that's already been designed, so there aren't any decisions to make.
That's what I was thinking.
I think it's cool that you stuck a ball in his head just to make the skull.
The giant disco ball.
Yeah.
Well, the original model didn't have a ball for a head. It had crazy anime hair.
That's right. You don't have anything underneath that, do you? It's all just a hollow husk.
No, his brain goes up into it.
They actually model the brain inside. That would be something to see.
I could see you modeling the eyes, maybe the teeth and the mouth. And
yeah, I've seen that happen.
I don't know if you need the brain.
But how would you do those realistic headshots when your brain explodes from the gun?
It's all in the eyes, man. It's all in the eyes. All in the eyes.
Gosh, stop that. It's getting late at night.
All night, baby.
We're starting to say stupid things.
So Retro, what did you think about making the music for this?
Yeah, go talk about that.
I had a lot of fun with this music, Andrew. Basically, I made 2 songs from this. I sent them to Omni because I was like, I really want this guy to Smashify Isaac.
This was before you were on the team.
So I kind of sent this as a request to him on Facebook. And I also sent it to him because I was like, hey, could I use the word Smashified for my remixes? And he was like, no, but how about you, make the music for me? I was like, okay, that works.
No, you can't use my name, but how about you work for me?
Exactly.
But the first theme is Vale, which is Isaac's hometown. Second theme is the world map, which is the overworld. Third theme is Venus Lighthouse, which is the last dungeon. These are all from the first Golden Sun, because the third one didn't exist. Am I right, fellas? And then the last one is the Saturos battle, which is the first antagonist battle in the game. So I had a lot of fun blending them together, and yeah, just a lot of orchestral instruments and bells and stuff like that.
Does that make this the first Smashified theme that doesn't actually have the Smash music in it?
Other than the one that we used for Shovel Knight, which wasn't actually something we did.
Oh, right, yeah.
My K. Rool one didn't either.
Oh, okay.
I keep forgetting to do that, to be honest.
That's okay.
Nobody ever reminds me, so I'm just like,
honest.
oh.
It's
Oh,
more
yeah, I
timeless
forgot
that
about
way,
that.
right? You can use it for other things, you know.
Yeah. Maybe
Which
I'll
you
do the
did.
next one.
I mean, you did post the original version of this remix months ago.
Yeah.
It's funny because I remember people being like, guys, do Isaac. This guy already made the music for it.
Yeah, that was before you actually did the music for K. Rool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, K. Rool was
people talking,
Smashified only.
people speculating. There's so much speculation these days. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want to talk about this part though. This is something that I think is interesting because I'm familiar with ZBrush, but I didn't know that Blender has similar functionality. So it's cool to see you kind of sculpting this out, and it looks kind of different with the polygons. Like ZBrush typically looks pretty smooth, but as far as I understand it, you're just going through and making like a rough model, kind of like you might make a maquette in actual clay, and now you're actually going through and making a smoother, clean topology on top of it. So I know the word topology. That is something I know.
That's good.
But what's it mean?
Shut up. Shut up. Keep going. Talk about the
Let him
process.
have this.
No, so the vertices can snap directly down to the face that's beneath them. And the sculpting is actually something that's pretty new in Blender. We haven't had it for... Actually, I don't know how many versions, but it's pretty new.
Welcome to my world. That's the thing with
But me and
3D
Retro
model.
actually worked a lot... Huh?
Don't worry about it.
Me and Retro worked a lot underneath the table, because Retro's a really big fan of Golden Sun. And a lot of us
Yeah, this
didn't-
is my main, like, if this guy were to... Normally I main the random slot in Smash Brothers, so I don't really have a main. But if Isaac was ever introduced, then he'd be my main. I'd go Isaac for Isaac.
There's over 50 characters and you don't have a favorite. Are you serious?
I mean, it used to be Greninja, but I love them all, so it's hard to give.
That's fair.
Okay, let me rephrase that. There's over 50 characters and you pick Greninja?
Hey, I'm a Pokemon fan.
Okay,
You can cut me
okay.
some slack.
Ooh, this part here coming up. This is the hair.
Oh, yeah,
this
the
was
hair.
something that took a lot of trial and error because, you know, anime hair is all impossible. In 2D it works, but in 3D it's just a mess. So I've seen really funny interpretations from 2D to 3D when it comes to anime hair, like when they try to draw those big afros or like Goku's hair. It's just insanity. It makes no sense. And translating that can be difficult. We had some of that issue with Shantae as well, but not to the same degree.
Yeah, our first full 3D character, and we did an anime character.
I was very happy because we kind of referenced the Fire Emblem characters for their hair
That's true.
translation because they also are a very similar anime style. So like Roy and Ike and all those were great reference for getting Isaac's hair to look updated to the times.
This is a process that I do not understand right here. What are the boxes and what are the lines? Or is there not enough time to explain all of that in this video?
It's like it's a node-based material editor, so
So no.
that's as much as I can say.
So no, there's not enough time. I'll
Not
take
enough
your word
time.
for it. We could talk about that in a longer commentary if we
This
ever do
is
one
one
down
of
the
the
road.
more complicated things in 3D. It's just basically like getting your settings right for making each object's material looking how you want it to. It gets very complicated very quickly, and it's something I don't even have a full grasp on. It's one reason why I was very happy to let Andrew part of the team, because he knows what he's doing.
Definitely.
The most important
definitely.
thing is that it looks cool.
Yep. It's just how do you make it look cool?
Yeah.
That leather though, that looks really cool.
Oh, man.
It's a
So
lot
good.
more interesting than the ones that they used for Mario's boots, I think. And a lot of the leather on the
Yeah.
Fire Emblem characters is not even as interesting as this. It looks a lot more rugged.
I was actually afraid that it looked too realistic, but I feel like that's okay still.
no such
No,
thing. This is Smash
It fits
Bros.
that's not true at all. But it fits the style. It fits the style pretty nice. It might be a little much, but I feel like if they do put him in the game, it would be a waste of a model to just have like a really subtle texture for the brown. You know, I think it looks pretty strong.
Especially given like the simplicity of his attire compared to some of the Fire Emblem characters. I think textures are gonna add a lot of interest when the actual forms aren't necessarily as interesting.
Yeah, that's one of the things too. Is like when they put Roy in the game, they really updated his model. But like we wanted to stick with the original Isaac. We didn't want to take too many creative turns. We wanted to keep it to that concept. So
Yeah. It's difficult to make those creative calls, like taking creative liberties with that when you're not the actual designers of the game, so we kind of have to play it safe in some respects.
I think it's better to play it safe. You don't want to like make Isaac look crazy, nothing like Isaac, and then just call him Isaac.
Yeah. Especially when there are a lot of fans out there that are expecting a certain design. So.
And there's a lot of fans out there blowing his cape. Cape, I said
very
cape,
well
it's a
played.
scarf.
Except for that part.
I keep doing that.
Yeah, folding clothing is very interesting in 3D. In 2D, it can be fun. A lot of people have trouble with it, but I think it's fun. And here's the money shot. That texture, that leather, that fabric, that satin cloth, that metal,
That everything.
that
His
skin.
hair. Best
Very cool.
Smashified
guys.
ever?
Very well done.
Yes.
So thank you guys for watching this video, and as always, you can find us all on Twitter, as well as some other social media, so check us out there. All the links are in the description. And as always, we have a lot of other videos that we've done in the past, so if you haven't seen all of those, then you should check those out. And if you want to see the full artwork of Isaac, you can see that on our DeviantArt page, as well as our DeviantArt group page, which we have. And if you want to hear the full music without any commentary, then you can click that button there on the top right. And you should also check out RetroSpecter's channel, which has a lot more of his music there, so give him a little bit of love. And if you have any suggestions for characters that you want to see us Smashify, then you can tweet those suggestions to us on Twitter with the hashtag Smashified, or you can just tweet directly at Smashified and all of that stuff. You should also subscribe, like, comment, you know what people do on YouTube. It's all standard fare, so.
Next time is episode 11. Sean Strikes Back.
It'll be good, guys. I promise.
That was a good take.
That was a good take. I like that
was
take.
great.
I'm going to save that take right now before it vanishes into thin air.